Hello and welcome to another video. Today it is Psgl round 8 at Belgium. So coming into this round, we are like about 22-25 points off the championship lead of Jarno. He's really clutched up in the last couple of races to take like 3 wins on the trot. So yeah, he's in good form at the moment. But yeah, anything can happen. Still in this championship. Nothing's set solid yet. But anyway, in the background is my Q2 because obviously I forgot to record Q1 because I'm an idiot again. But yeah, nothing really happened. Got through in P2 and it was actually dry. But now in Q2 it's wet. More wet pace has been coming on. So last round I'm pretty sure it's wet. And I was looking pretty decent. So yeah, the wet pace is coming on. But obviously, I keep telling myself that I'm going to do more wet, but I never do. So that's brilliant. But as Jeff is just waffling in my ear when I'm on a qualifying lap, cheers for that. But yeah, in the background, this is the lap that can hopefully get us through to Q2. Don't know why I've showed the whole thing because it's an intermediate lap. It's nothing great, but yeah. So coming into the final sector for well the only time. This needs to count because the rain's actually getting heavier and the track will get slower. So this is kind of crucial that I get this lap together. Let's hit that apex, get that nicely, bit of understeer. And up to the line, bit of wheel spin, but it's a 51.7, about 4 tenths off pole, of 3, but it will be 4 once everyone's completed their laps. You see it, 4 tenths off in P6, but we're through, so that's the thing that matters. And this is where it matters. This is Q3, so it is supposed to dry up at the end, but not enough to go to slicks. Well, I thought anyway. You see it coming through 21.2 going to last, rear end stepping out, slightly overheating on tyres, and by this point
we're looking at 7 minutes. We've got enough time, right?
as you see here,
Not
Sean
quite.
talking to Ben.
Not for
Back
two.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, if you think so. I mean, worst case scenario, you got.
Can I finish?
No, I wouldn't. No.
Okay, basically in the background, the reason I didn't finish this lap was because me and
Yeah,
Jarno were
you
going
might
to
have made
get
it, but it'd been like
2 runs in at the end, and now this is my final run. This is the lap that could get us pole or last because everyone else on the grid has gone out on softs. So yeah, this is make or break, this decision. But now into turn 1, slightly missing the apex but carrying good speed. And you see there, by this point the track is about 8-9 seconds slower on the soft tyres, so it's looking pretty decent at the moment. As you see it, it's still like wet, but I've moved over a bit to the right because I've noticed the tyres are a bit hot already, but we've set purple in the first, so this is looking good. But DRS has been enabled, even though on the weather forecast it did not say it would be enabled. And yeah, it's like pretty much over now. Not much we can do, just keep press on, maybe gain a position here or there. But you see there, lots of wheel spin and understeer off the fronts, and then wheel spin on the rears. Just not having the grip because they're just burning up the tyres, because it's apparently when it's raining it's good for slicks on this game. But yeah, it is what it is, same for everyone. Unfortunately we just messed up slightly. Well, I say slightly, quite badly. You see it.
Yeah, no, overheating.
I say yeah, no, overheating. Because by this point I'm on like near red temps on the rear. See here, I've got no grip as Barry and Yana get out of the way nicely there. into the final corner. Looked okay, but now you see here, wheel spin, and P9. So, not ideal. Last in quali, but obviously still got a race to turn this around. But yeah, championship rivals are in third, fourth, and Schnacker's had a bad quali as well in ninth. So still was play for. Anyway, into the race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. Getting a good launch. Actually, probably got the best launch out of anyone there, to be honest. Going to carry the speed around the outside. Hopefully with Alvaro, I decided to hit Ruben for some reason. But yeah, managed to get it done. And now we're going side by side with Alvaro up Rouge and Radion. This is going to end in a car crash, surely. But we just get it done around the outside. But then now we're coming back at us down 7 to get higher RPM. So we don't bog down. Yoni just getting a bit boxed in there. As we go side by side with Alvaro, he runs very wide. We squeeze him a bit on the apex just to make sure we can keep the position. Okay, let's go. Up into P7 already. So 3 cars we gained in a sector. So that's a really good start. And considering the sector is pretty much a straight, yeah, that's really good. And by this point, I was feeling really confident. Like 2 tenths behind Ruben. So yeah, just carrying more speed in and more speed on the exit.
Okay, I'm gonna save tyres. Going to struggle with overheating.
Let's say that because it's not fully into conditions.
Got plenty of time this race.
But yeah, look, 1/10 behind Ruben now. Confidence for once in the inters or in the wet conditions is really strong. As now, Ruben's not gonna get a great slipstream off Danny ahead, and we're gonna look for a move into the bus stop. Gonna turn it off. Ruben really struggling. We look very fast at the moment. Into the bus stop, braking much later, locking every tyre imaginable, then come back on. Can't turn no more.
Can't turn. Sorry.
Hit Ruben a little bit there. I say sorry because yeah, that was my fault. And now we're gonna dive back up the inside. Making no contact this time, thank God. Leaving some space, but he gets a drive out the corner again.
Here, get this done.
But now he hasn't got a slipstream from the car ahead, so this should be hopefully a pretty simple move. As we look how much more confidence we have. Now around the outside, Alvaro is coming for us as well, and he knows track position's key. So around the outside, Ruben backs out. We go side by side.
What's he doing?
Alvaro pushes us off a little bit, but yeah, that's wet conditions, start of the race, that's fine. He didn't get in the position, no one got damage, so
22 that race, so
a
bit higher per lap than normal.
But we end up catching up to Danny Bresnay, Barry Bormand, and pretty much the train for the lead.
I got that warning at Lacombe, but that should get taken away.
I'd say there's a warning at Lacombe where we got shoved off by Alvaro should get taken away, which is good if we get
this
to
is the first lap that softs can make it to the end.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Going soft.
As you hear here, it is wet, but we're going to go for the softs at the end of lap 9, which is a massive stint if we want to get it. As Danny Bresnay does the same, but what tyres is he going to go on to? We are going to go on to softs, because they won't wear as much in the wet conditions, but also they're going to be so much faster in these conditions. Like, Danny's going to come out, like, yeah, you see it at the end of the lap,
time, yeah.
like, we're literally right on the back
Yep.
of him, and look how much more grip we have on the softer tyre. Look, we're not even using the track hardly, and we got so much more grip. And this should be a pretty easy move up into P8. If Danny defends, then even if he does, I don't think he'll be able to do much. Because of, obviously, the tyre deficit. He's got no grip and we're in the dirt, yeah. Just storm past him. And that's just crucial because we've done a purple middle sector, which has got the strategy spot on. And can we get possibly even into the lead of this race, undercutting everyone? But also this is going to come at a cost. Our tyres are going to be literally awful at the end of the race, but
So everyone else around us has
yeah,
gone for the soft straight.
we need to save. As Barry comes out here, we're going to let him go, get the DRS, and then try and make a push towards Simon and Yarno up the road. So it's here. A little bit of contact, but that's all good. As here we go, it's an easy move. Gonna try and get Berezne in between me and Barry, so we can maybe make it up. As we do, that's pretty easy. Barry not being able to do anything, obviously, because he doesn't have DRS. But yeah, now we've got to try and make a charge. 1.7 towards the 2 ahead.
Soft check.
In the end, it did not happen. We just skip on to lap 16. Didn't really have enough pace
Like
on the older tyres.
From there.
Got to about 1.2, but could not get it in within this. After the tyre delta side coming in, having older tyres than everyone around us. Yeah.
What the hell's he doing?
But yeah, you see there, bit of an overreaction. I did not think that would happen, but and then Nico unfortunately spins.
I wasn't on the apex.
But I thought that was
Just move to me.
a bit of my fault, but in the end, I look back and
I couldn't go any
Nico
wider there.
was
Nope, you did nothing wrong. Don't worry, Jake.
actually spinning before the corner, locked the rears. So
Like,
yeah, that in the end, unless it kind of looks at first glance that we turned in, but in the end we didn't, because the nature of that corner, the curve on the inside, it's really hard and harsh to get on it if you get it on it at the wrong angle, as we're going to let Barry past here. But yeah, Barry didn't do anything wrong. I just got a bit spooked. I think he was trying to let me pass, but I got a bit spooked, so fair play Barry on that incident, I guess. But anyway, by this point, lap 17, I've skipped to 20 now. I have been tyre saving so hard. Like, the amount I needed to tyre save was ridiculous to get to the end. But you see, Alvaro is looking dangerous by this point. You see it 1/10 behind us, and we're going to have to get a move on Barry here. As Barry doesn't really go too defensive. We got the inside, Barry to the outside. Alvaro now at the middle of both of us. We get it stopped just about. Alvaro locks the rears, and we come back, get snap back over, nearly hitting Alvaro, but luckily no one got any damage from it. So good racing again, and we emerge in the lead. In the lead of this train, I guess, but now skipping on to
So max use in one
the
lap
end of
is
20.
43%, Jake.
Yep, this is where it needs to happen. This is where I need to show my pace. See, in the middle sector, we've pulled out 9 temps already. We're about to, well, we're about to set a fastest lap of the race, but missed out just about. But you see it into the first corner. We broke the second, but then I've had the worst first corner known to man, and he's gained about a 10th and a bit back on us. So that could have been crucial, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm terrible at this game and could not get the gap out. But yeah, shown good pace once again, especially on the older tyres.
45% there.
1 lap older tyres around here, because the track's so high speed, there's quite a big difference. At the end of the stint, probably looking at like 2 temps a lap in this grid is quite a difference. And by this point, I am on the verge of getting a puncher. I've tried to make it so as, oh my god, what the hell is that? I've tried to make it so I get to the end on exactly 75%, so leaving no tyres on the table. But that mistake there, that has let Barry 3 tenths behind us, and that is not good at all if we want to beat him. But we're going on with 50% ERS, that's quite good. And now through the fast right, this here just not as much grip as everyone else, just sliding out the rear there. And now he's 5 tenths behind. That is not enough to get the move complete. But yeah, we're still using. We're now 6 tenths clear as we use a bit more than Barry. and it's gonna have to be a mega last 2 corners and a first corner if you want any chance of keeping this position. That mistake in the middle sector has cost me big time, as I've had an awful last corner. But now, can we get a good first corner? Through turn 1, nice rotation, and that was pretty handy. But now we're gonna go weave out to the left, back to the right, and then up or Rouge and Radion. Gonna go to the left and then cut back. Oh, never mind, we are not. But running out, Barry's got so much more overspeed and ERS and just pace on his tyres that could literally do nothing. Let's hit the back of him slightly there. But yeah, by this point, my tyres are completely dead. I got nothing left. I'm on about 72% right now, compared to everyone else probably on about 68, which doesn't sound big of a difference, but at that height of like tyre wear, that is quite a big difference.
Alvaro's got 40% behind, so just be wary of an attack into the bus stop.
But yeah, as we take what would be our first warning, but a second of the race, as Ben says, watch for an Alvaro attack. He's only 4 tenths behind, so that extra ERS is going to come in clutch for him surely. But we've had a good section. You see, we've got literally no grip at all. But Alvaro, unfortunately, picked up
I
the
just
penalty.
didn't have anything left.
I'd say they had nothing left.
Yeah, no worries, your tyres are a bit of a state.
But from P10, when everyone's on the same strategy, to get P4, that was a very solid race. What could have been P3 if I didn't have that moment in the middle sector. But anyway, it's a really good race either way. Jarno wins again.
I made a mistake
on
on the just 20.
Way too consistent for anyone at the moment. So yeah, GG to him and Simon and Barry on the podium. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next.